Yes, SQL Server Administration. So as part of this course, already I think so yeah, I am the instructor for the course, like Mr. Karim. So having almost all 18-20 years experience in the software industry. So especially we are dedicated for SQL Server technologies actually. Okay. So yeah, SQL Server on Microsoft Azure cloud computing platforms. So on SQL technology, we are dedicated actually. Uh, I have training institute is there. My institute is there, optimizesql.com, which we are joining today. Plus, I have one small company also, a startup company also, which we have started in 2018, 3 years back. So through that company, we are doing like some projects of different African clients projects actually. So FRR IT services. Hmm. So yeah, from 2000, this is my personal number is it. You can ping me on this number also, but that is better, another number, so that even I am busy, one of our team member will resolve your doubts. Okay, so we have done actually various projects we have done for some African clients. So one client is the Ministry of Education. Puntland is the country of Somalia. Basically, for African countries, remember, like today, these people like NGOs are there, right? Like Save the Children, uh, UNICEF, GPE, Global Partnership for Education. Okay, in the same way, European Union, uh, like this here, World Vision, so many NGOs are there. These NGOs are supporting these African country, yeah, most of the education sectors to improve their education standards. Okay, so yeah, this is our client, Ministry of Education and Higher Education. So as well as we have so many clients are there today in Africa. So yeah, with a startup company, small company, we are supporting these clients. Actually, backend database we are using 2017 version for this client, SQL Server 2017. Why? Because we have built the project in 2018 year, August actually. That's why at that time 17 was the latest version. But currently, remember 2019 is the latest version currently. Current version is what? 2019 is the current version. Okay. So, yeah. Uh, Previously, we have developed one project like education management information system. But recently, again, last December, we have developed here one more project. This one, dropout tracking and easy transfer system for same client actually. Dropout trackings and easy transfers, where we have like state admin is there. Yeah, state level means schools, students information, daily attendance, how many dropouts are there in this academic year. So to track the dropouts, to minimize the dropouts, as well as promoting plus transfers from one school to another school, means what? Complete history. Once the student join in class 1, total history is maintained here, complete history in this application. For this here, front end we have used .NET actually. Back end is a SQL Server. Okay, right. So that's like actually same client actually, Ministry of Education and Higher Education. Right. So this is like yeah, just brief introduction. Maybe most of the people are already familiar with. So I have my blog is it azure-sql.blogspot.com. So most of the, as well as yeah, my YouTube channel is there. You can see. Yeah. So this just what is what. Okay. I think maybe you are familiar with already. Maybe most of the people will come through reference actually, right? For our course, we don't have much publicity. So here, like can see here, like we have like some recordings are there. Okay, YouTube channel is there. Okay, right. Right. So let's see, we'll start with. So that's why feel free to ask if any simple doubts are there, any queries are there. Okay. So as part of our course, just remember, uh, already have said daily recorded sessions. I will provide you daily recordings so that you can go through again. Okay. So yeah, the same way, like I will provide you soft copy material I will provide you so that you can go through that step-by-step material. I actually have written a book on SQL Server administration. The same book I will share you. Okay. So once you yeah, are okay, once you register, either I will be sharing or our front office team will share you the. Okay. So that book chapter wise will share you module 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this here, each chapter wise I will share you the material. Okay. So step by step material is there. Okay, with screenshots, everything step by step. You can practice easily. And your recording is also there. Through recording also you can practice easily. Okay. No need to worry. Right. Right. In the same way, I will share you some extra material. I will share you where we have like FAQs plus scenarios. Why? Because see, as a database administrator, remember, our regular job is monitoring and troubleshooting. Right? Our regular job is what? Monitoring and troubleshooting. That's why monitoring and troubleshooting is our job in the organization. Means what? Tomorrow, once we enter in the organization, regularly we have to work with what? Troubleshooting part, right? Yes, we are not installing SQL Server. Means what? Already setup is there. Once you enter in the organization, total setup is there. We have to start working with that setup. Okay, right. So that's why remember, like, yeah, architecture level knowledge plus troubleshooting is very, very important for us. That is the reason. If any confusion is there, any simple doubt is there, always feel free to ask the questions immediately. Okay. If you have some problem asking the questions in the class, later also you can send me the WhatsApp message. Whenever I am free, I will call you. I will clear your doubts. Okay, no need to worry. Maximum the class itself better to ask if any simple doubts are there, any queries are there. Understood, right? Yes, yes. In the same way, like yeah, you can do the yeah. If we are a fresher or if want to do some internship on SQL Server administration with the company, you can do the internship where we'll provide you 6 months yeah internship program certificate also. So that is useful for freshers mainly certificate. For experienced people, no need. But whatever the activities are yeah, doing in real time, those activities are covered in the internship program, but not compulsory. If you want to put 5 plus 6 plus years experience, then it is useful. If you are going to yeah 4 3 plus 4 plus years experience, so this course is enough for us. Okay, so that's why in depth we'll go here in our course with troubleshooting part. That's why initially some confusion may be there. No need to worry. Go through the recordings. Even like within 3 months, you can attend one more batch also if you want. Okay, so right. So that's why always better to ask if any questions are there. We'll make the session as a interactive session. So in general, say like we'll get some requirements from the various companies, means especially for freshers requirement. In case of experience, maybe our optimized SQL DBS group is there, where all the working people are there. So they will send us the requirement. Will add you also into the same group. Means generally working people group it is. In future, if you want to take any help, anything while working, you can take help from that group also. Okay, right. So these are like just what is it for placement again individually. You can talk to our front office team also for different placement options. Okay, right. But remember, subject is important for us. That's why I will go through step by step. All the concepts I will show you practically. Okay, that's why if any simple doubts are there, any queries are there, feel free to ask the doubts. Okay, yeah. Basically, remember work to work as a SQL Server DBA. We have very basic prerequisites are there here to work as a SQL Server DBA. Very basic prerequisites are there. Okay, so to work as a SQL Server DBA, some Windows basics are required and SQL basics are required for us. Yeah, no problem. That SQL basics also I will share you the recordings if you don't have like basics knowledge. Okay, so you can go through that recordings, 4 5 hours recordings. You can update the basics also. Okay, so that is like yeah, uh, right. So that's like SQL Server basics. I will provide you recordings. Will share you. Plus Windows basics are required. Both the recordings I will share you so that you can go through one time. Here see as a SQL Server DBA, we are not going to work with any programming. Right, we are not developers, we are not testers, we are maintenance people. That's why no need of programming, no need to write very lengthy coding. Okay, just remember as a database administrator, before that's here, in general we have seen in every application, in every application we have two parts are there generally here. One is like a front end part is there, right, which is also called as user interface part through which our users are working. Second one is what backend part is there. Generally, we are familiar with, right? Which is also called as what database part, right? This front end part is developed by some of our developers. So it may be like .NET developer, Java developer, some developers, right? Android or PHP or iOS, something here, some developers. Whereas like this backend part is nothing but what database part where the actual data is present, right? Where the actual data is present, which is our database parts here, backend part. Here see actual data is present in our backend part. Okay, so in this backend part, remember, yeah, actual data is there, which is a this backend part is basically remember collection of databases, right? That's why remember in any application, compulsory we have to store the data permanently, right? That data we are storing permanently in the backend part, and this backend part is a collection of what databases, right? And see, like that's why to work with these databases to handle this backend part, or to work with these databases, we are using which technologies we are using, which softwares we are using. We are using some RDBMS products we are using, right? Relational database management systems we are using, right? That's why to create and manage databases, we are using which products? RDBMS products. Okay, so many RDBMS products are there in the market. So SQL Server is one of a RDBMS product. SQL Server is one of a RDBMS product available in the market. We have Oracle, okay, Sybase, DB2, MariaDB, MySQL. So many RDBMS products are available here in the market today. But SQL Server is here one of a powerful RDBMS product where most of the clients are using today. And see, as compared with Oracle, its cost is very less. SQL Server cost is very less. That's why remember most of the clients are preferring what? SQL Server today. Okay, if anyone is there Oracle DBA, just ping me on WhatsApp number. If anyone is Oracle DBA, so what I will do, like I will provide you like one PPT, yeah, which shows us like what are the Oracle background processes are there, SQL Server background processes. Okay, so that it will be very easy for you to understand. Right, right. So okay, yeah. So this is like that's why remember we have to understand here as a database administrator, we are handling which part? Backend part, which is our database part, where actual data is present, right? That's why remember like it is very important job actually. So why? Because we are dealing with the real-time data. That's why we should have very good knowledge. Okay, so means architecture level knowledge is required for us, means internally how the features are working. Then we should have what? Troubleshooting knowledge. Just remember, that's why as a database administrator, our job is what? Our job is we have to manage databases, okay, and database servers, right? So database and database servers maintenance is our job, right? As a DBA. Why? Because just now I have shown you this application is working fine. Just now I have shown you one of our client application. It is working fine. Means it's working fine means what? In the background, our database should be always up and running, right? Right. There should be no performance issues. There should be no connectivity issues in the background, right? So in that case, remember, means that's why means what we have to work in the background as a DBA. So means what regularly we have to monitor, we have to handle the if any issues are there. Just remember as a DBA, our regular job is what? Monitoring and troubleshooting, right? Monitoring and troubleshooting is our job, regular jobs here. Okay, we have to monitor the databases, we have to monitor the servers. If any problem is there, we have to troubleshoot the problem, right? Why? Because let's say some backup. So here see like generally as a DBA, remember 80 to 90% tasks are scheduled actually, remember. No need to perform the tasks manually. Suppose for example, backups are there. Daily, remember, daily backups are scheduled here at, for example, 3 a.m. Suppose yesterday night backup failed. Yesterday night backup failed, then we have to handle that problems here. Yesterday night backup failed, we have to handle that problem. Okay, why backup failed? Any space related issue is there, or network related issue is there, or the server was busy at that time. Remember, depends on the reason we have to handle the scenario. Understood, right? That's why we have to understand here our regular job is what? Monitoring and troubleshooting. Why? Because 80% tasks are scheduled. Means what? Like we have to troubleshoot various issues actually, like performance related issues we have to handle. Okay, automation related issues we have to know, like almost all 80% tasks we are automating. If anything fail, like backup fail, log shipping fail, mirroring fail, always on fail, clustering fail, anything happens here, we have to handle that issues, we have to clear that issues. The same way security related issues we have to handle, downtime related issues we have to handle, data loss related issues we have to handle. Like this here, like these are the various issues we have to handle here as a DBA. That's why don't confuse anything. In the summary, we have to understand. So our job is what? Monitoring and troubleshooting. Okay. Tomorrow, once we enter in the organization, they will allocate some of the servers. Okay, database servers. So everything is already running. Log shipping is there, mirroring is there, clustering is there. So regularly here we have to monitor, we have to check if any errors are there. Means what? Whenever any issues are there, any errors are there, automatically we'll get the email notification. Tickets actually. Those we'll call them as tickets. If anything happen. Suppose let's say tomorrow you are supporting this client. For example, this client, database, this client data center is there, in their office, for example. Okay, so check here. Yeah, this is the country actually. I think already we know that it is a poor country, but that's why I already have said these people are save the children. All these NGOs are supporting these African countries actually. So here see, yeah, this is the Puntland. One state is there in Somalia. Different states are there. Yeah, this is the Garowe, their capital city. Puntland is the state name. Garowe is the capital city actually. So here the servers are there. Okay, we are sitting here in India, Hyderabad. We are supporting that client here. Okay, so yeah, I can take remote desktop of the server from here. I can connect to SQL Server directly through SSMS SQL Server Management Studio. So we can work from here. Okay, right. So that is like. So in general, like we don't have direct flights here. We'll go from Mumbai. From Mumbai, we'll go to Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, we have Addis Ababa, their capital city, Addis Ababa. So from there, we'll fly back to this capital city, Garowe, for example. Because still they are in the development stage actually. So may take time, not like us. So we are, yeah, we are very far. So then they will take still 30, 40, 50 years. Yes. So many issues are there, security, something. That's why, yeah, they are suffering with their own issues. Right, no problem. Just we have to understand here, servers are not in the company. For example, tomorrow you are working in HCL. In HCL, no servers are there. We have to understand, right? So servers are there at client location, but remotely you can take remote desktop of the server. You can start working here. Okay, by taking say remote desktop MSTSC, we can take remote desktop of the server by providing the IP. Okay, so we can start working from here, right? Remotely we can work from here. We say connects here, like it can be connected successfully. Generally, remember in the market, we can't disclose the client's information. Just yeah, I'm not showing you. We'll see one day. I will show you. Okay, right? No need to worry. Why? Because we have policy will be there in the SLA service level agreement. So which is signed by the our company and client. Policies will be there. We can't violate these policies. Understood, right? What I'm saying. But one day I will show you. I will connect to test server. I will show you what databases are there, everything. Right. So that is like as a DBA, I think understood, right? Our job is maintenance. Very simple. Don't confuse anything. Our job is what? Maintenance. We are maintaining maintenance people. That's why remember tomorrow, even like no new projects are not there. For example, some recession is there. So anything happen, remember, maintenance is almost all compulsory, right? When the client is saying that no budget is there for new projects, but maintenance is continuous process, right? That's why once you enter in the organization as a TPA, remember maintenance is compulsory, means we have our job. Until unless we are not making mistakes, our job is there, right? So that's why remember, like once you work in the organization for 6 months to 1 year, then remember almost all it becomes easy job for us. Initially it is common, but most of the scenarios, remember, whatever the common troubleshooting scenarios are there, all those scenarios we'll discuss here as part of this course. Already have said I will share you this extra copy of material. In that already I have written here chapter wise, module wise, like question answers, interview question answers here, module wise, chapter wise, plus troubleshooting. In chapter 1, we'll see installation, we'll see installation issues, we'll see troubleshooting. Almost all here chapter wise I have written here, like database goes into suspect mode, how to recover it back online. Like this here, if the log file is full, how to handle. These are actually interview questions, plus these are regular issues in the production environments actually. That's why if we can go through this clearly, it becomes easy for us to crack the interview. So as well as to work in the organization. Okay, so anyhow, even the course is completed, it's not meaning that we are going to disconnect. Anytime you can ping me on the WhatsApp number, even in future if you want any support, anything. So any doubts are there, anything is there, you can yeah, ping me on WhatsApp number. Okay, right, right. Just what is what we have seen here, like what is the purpose of a DBA? What are the major activities of a DBA we have seen, right? Yes. So next year, like generally, we have seen that to create and manage databases, we need what some RDBMS products are required. So SQL Server is one of a very powerful RDBMS product. So developed by Microsoft, right? So here, SQL Server is an RDBMS product developed by Microsoft. First time here it was introduced in the year 1988 or 89, almost also 30 years back. Today's here, like why the clients are preferring SQL Server? Why? Because its cost is less as compared with Oracle. Cost is very less. And second one's here, working is easy here. GUI environment, graphical, user interface environment. Working is easy. And third one, even today we have Microsoft Azure is there here, one of a Microsoft cloud platform. In Microsoft Azure also we can maintain our SQL databases. There again cost is very less. One database, remember, we can maintain yeah, in Azure by paying like 350 rupees or 400 rupees monthly here, very less for the clients. So these are the various reasons are there why today most of the clients are preferring SQL Server. Right. So see, already we know whenever you are saying that this is RDBMS product, what we can do. Basic purpose of RDBMS product is what? With SQL servers here, we can create and manage databases, right? Actually, remember, database creation is done by our developers team. Our job is what? Maintenance, right? So we are not creating. Our job is maintenance actually, as well as if SQL Server supports powerful BI features also here, business intelligence features also with yeah, SSIS, SSRS, SSCAS here. These are called MSBI features. Microsoft Business Intelligence features here, integration services, reporting services, analysis services, right? SQL Server integration services, reporting, analysis services. But remember, as a core DBA, we are working with the databases only. No need to work with these features. But if you want to work as a experienced person with 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus years experience, in future we need to update these yeah features also just for knowledge purpose to maintain the teams actually teams different teams BI team like this here, right? Right. So this is like yeah, that's why once again say like to connect and work with the SQL Server. We have one tool is there here, SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. By using SQL Server Management Studio, we can connect and work with SQL Server. SQL Server may be there in the same laptop. It may be there anywhere in the world. We can connect here through SSMS. Understood, right? Check here. I will show you installation everything from scratch. No need to worry. Already have installed in my machine. If I say search SSMS, it is showing here Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, by using this management studio, I can connect to the server here. See, yeah, it may be said just I am connecting to my local server. Okay, I can start working with. Check here. This is FRR info is my system name slash Metro SQL is my server name. SQL Server 15.0 version, it is a 2019 version. Okay, this is my login name. Like this, like directly if you want to create the databases directly by right clicking, we can do, as well as remember by using the commands also we can work with. Both the options are there. Graphically we can work with, as well as by using the command also we can work with. Here right click new query. Yeah, select star from. Check it, we can check with which version we are working with right now. Here select at the rate version. Always remember after typing the command, select the command and execute. Check it, it is saying SQL Server 2019 version, it is showing here. Okay, 2019 version. Right. So like this, like we can check the informations here at the rate server name. Same thing. This is my system name slash Metro SQL is my server name, or we'll call it here instance name. Just remember, whenever I am saying instance name or server name, database engine name, all are same. All are same. Just I will take 5 more minutes time. We'll conclude the session. Maybe we may have some other schedules. Okay. Check it like how we can connect and work with SQL Server very easily here. So if you want to create a new database directly, we can create a new database here, HRDB. Okay. So here created successfully. Very easy to work. We have to understand indirectly. This is my local server here. This server is there in my laptop. Green icon you can see. Suppose if you want to connect to remote server, we can connect here through IP address. Through static IP, remember, we can connect to remote server also, which may be there somewhere in the network, anywhere here. Anywhere in the world, we can connect to the remote server through static IP. Check it, but you see question mark it is showing. Means what? This server is not there in my local laptop. It is there somewhere in the network. Okay, so that like this here, like even the server may be there in UK, US, Australia, anywhere. Through static IP, we can connect to the servers. We can start working here. But if I connect like this here through static IP, I can't stop the servers here. Start, stop, all are disabled. But this is my local server. I can start, I can pause here. This why? Because this is my local server. Understood, right? If you see green icon, means it is local server which is there in your laptop. But if you see question marks, remember it is a remote server. Okay, so like this, like how we can connect through SQL Server Management Studio, we can work with our features here through SSMS. Means we can connect to local servers as well as what remote servers also. Right? I will show you from scratch, maybe in tomorrow's class, how to install SQL Server, how we can work with SQL Server, how we can connect and work with. Yeah, I think if any questions are there, please type in the chat panel. If feel free, if any confusion is there, any questions are there, please type in the chat panel. Okay, right. Next one, say like SQL Server supports here. Yes, non-procedural language, which is SQL actually is here, structured query language. Okay, SQL is there. So where we can work with SQL commands, right? Select, update, delete some commands. Whereas procedural languages are also there here, like T-SQL. In Oracle, we have PL/SQL. Here we have T-SQL here, Transact Structured Query Language, TSQL. Right. Why? Because remember, in today's database, we have both data plus programs. Today's database, remember, we have both data plus programs. Means what? 90% data is there, 5 to 10% programs or business logic is also there. Generally, here in a database, we have business logic in the form of stored procedures, functions, triggers, like this here, business logic. That's one, but to work with the data, we are using directly SQL commands. To work with business logic, we are using here T-SQL commands. Right? To work with what business logic, we are going with what T-SQL commands. Like this here, both the options are there here. Okay, right, right. So in the similar last point we'll see, we'll continue tomorrow. SQL Server supports here like two types of working environments. Two types of working environments are there in SQL Server. One is a standalone environment is it, which is for small scale applications here. For small scale applications, where we have single production server, single production server. Whereas like second one's here cluster environment is it, which is for medium and large scale applications here, large scale applications where we have more than one production servers here, more than one production server. Okay, why? Because here like today banks are there, right? Telecom applications are there, 24/7 applications are there, right? We can't yeah maintain we can't maintain single server, right? So single server cannot process those many queries. Compulsory we have to maintain what? A group of servers. Understood, right? That group of servers we are calling it as what? Cluster environment. That group of servers we are calling it as what? Cluster environments here, right? So that's remember like small scale applications are there where we can maintain single production server. But for medium and large scale applications, compulsory we have to maintain what? More than one production server, which is called cluster environment. Check here after connecting to the server, we can verify whether we are working in standalone or cluster like this here. Server, right click on server name, properties, is clustered false it is saying here. It is a standalone environment actually. So by using the command also we can check it. Simple commands we have to remember. Is clustered here. False it is saying. Is clustered false it is saying here. So I have built the cluster environment also here in my laptop with VMware. With VMware, remember, we can build the cluster also, which is a group of servers. In general, remember, the cluster is a group of servers, which we are calling them as nodes actually, node 1, node 2, node 3, like this here, nodes. Okay, like this here, like, yeah, we can create a cluster environment also. For practicing, I will show you in detail how we can set up the cluster environment in our machine. First, remember, we have to create a Windows cluster. On top of Windows cluster, we can configure SQL cluster. Okay, I will show you. Okay, already have built the clusters here in my laptop with 3 servers. Later, we'll see confusion may be there. Okay, step by step, we'll go. No need to worry. Last point, we'll see. SQL Server supports here some high availability features here. Okay, like log shipping. Okay, DB mirroring, database mirroring, always on. Basically, remember purpose of high availability features is what? To maintain standby servers. To maintain standby servers. Remember, we need these high availability features. Why we need standby servers? To minimize downtime, right? Why? Because suddenly tomorrow the production server is down due to any reason. Or we have to make the server down for maintenance activity. Then how the users will continue their work, right? Application will not work. Business loss is there to our client. That's why compulsory we have to maintain what? Standby servers. Okay. So that's why remember, if I maintain a standby server, then remember like even the production server is down, something happened, no problem. Immediately we'll allow the applications to continue their work with the standby servers. Okay. So that's why remember like to minimize downtime, or to avoid data loss scenarios. Yeah, generally say business loss. to avoid business loss scenarios, we need what? Standby servers. Standby server means what? Whatever the database copy is there in production server, primary server, same copy we are maintaining here in standby server. Same copy. Whatever the database copy is there in production server, same copy we are maintaining in what? Standby server. By using these features here, log shipping, database mirroring, always on. By using these features, same copy of database we can maintain in standby server. Why? Because tomorrow production is done, no problem. Immediately we'll make the applications to work with which server? Standby server. Okay, we'll continue with this. I will discuss some brief what are the major differences are there between these features in tomorrow's class. After that, we'll go to next concept. Okay, we'll conclude the session. As part of today's session summary is it? Today's session summary. So we have seen that as a database administrator, our job is database and server maintenance. Server means SQL server. Maintenance is our job. This way, as part of database and server maintenance, we have to monitor the servers regularly. We have to troubleshoot the problems. After that, we have seen SQL Server is an RDBMS product which support what? SQL and TSQL, right? For programming. Once again, remember only SQL part we need actually. TSQL is not required for us. Why? Because we are not writing programs. Only SQL basic commands we need actually. Next point we have seen to connect and work with the SQL Server. What is required? We are using one tool called SSMS. Actually, it is a free tool. Through this tool, we can connect to the servers. We can work with the servers here, SSMS. To connect and work with SQL Server. Okay, right. The same way, like we have discussed already, like SQL Server supports two types of working environments. Right? So one is standalone environment. Second one is what? Cluster environments. Here, two types of working environments. Last point we have seen SQL Server supports some high availability features, right? Like log shipping. Okay, database mirroring, which was introduced in 2005 version. Always on, which was introduced in 2012 version. That's why always on is the latest high availability feature of SQL Server. Always on means what? Always database is on, either in server 1 or server 2 or server 3, database is on. Okay, that is like just what we have seen already. We have discussed all the concepts I will show you practically, including clustering, always on, replication, performance tuning, backups, security, architectures like SQL Server architecture, database architecture, connection architecture. So all those things we'll see practically in detail. I will show you in detail. Okay, right. Right then, thank you very much for attending the class. We'll see, we'll continue. Okay, right.